You know, I did a live program today on my platform, and I learned a lot of things. And the first thing I learned is that we are not one at all. This country is not one. There is a deep investment in hatred between the far north and the south, between Muslims and the core Muslim north and the rest of the Christian world, the Christian south. I hate to say this, but that's what I discovered today, because every Muslim guy that called into the program seem to have the same perspective, the same answer. First, they seem to believe that there is no Christian genocide. There is a Christian genocide. There is a Christian genocide. And they seem to believe in what will make them hate Christians rather than what will make them love. And what I also learned in that video is that there are a group of people in this Nigeria who feel so entitled that their way of life must be respected while they disrespect your own way of life. And we made an example with Kano, and he said that, I said, I am an Orobo man. Ogogoro is my culture. In fact, if I get a guest, I must put in one bottle of Ogogoro or one bottle of Shinap, support out cola, put in money. It's my culture. It doesn't mean if it's alien to you. It doesn't mean if you frown at it. It's my culture, and I'm proud to be it. Then he said, no, that I cannot bring Ogogoro to Kano. And I asked him, is Kano not part of Nigeria? It's Kano an Islamic state? He said, yes. Who made Kano an Islamic state? So I asked him, is Nigeria an Islamic state? He said, no, Nigeria is a secular state. So if Nigeria is a secular state, why is a part of Nigeria operating an Islamic state? My brother, problem in this control. Problem there, where? There's a big problem. There's a big problem. What I also discovered is that, you see this insecurity, this Boko Haram, this terrorism thing. I think it's time we began to categorize them as two categories. The ones you see in the bush carrying AK-47, those ones now they do the practicals. Those ones are doing the practicals. You see these ones that are with us, that come to social media and talk, now then they do the theory. They share the same hatred. They share the same hatred. In fact, let those ones in the bush unalive as many as 100,000 Christians or 100, they will still not call it genocide. They don't care. They don't want a negotiation. Pardon what? Somebody who takes another man's life, you are negotiating with him. Look, this thing, there's a big problem. There's a big problem. And I'm beginning to see that the most dangerous Boko Haram is not the one with the gun. But like those ones are just showing us the practical. The most dangerous ones are the ones not carrying gun, are the ones living with us in the cities.
Bello Matawale, the Minister of State for Defense, is a criminal, a sponsor of banditry, a sponsor of terrorism in Nigeria. And such a person is serving as a Minister of State under the President Tinubu-led administration. You cannot say you are fighting insurgency, terrorism, banditry, and be harboring and romancing such people in your cabinet. It doesn't work. A house that is divided against itself cannot stand. You cannot be fighting a cause and be harboring the sponsors of that evil, of that mayhem in your government. And you expect to win. No, it doesn't work that way. Bello Matawale, the former governor of Zamfara State, a man that by standard should have no place in government. If you look at his academic CV, you will not want to give him a security job in your company. You will not want to give him a clerk, the job of a clerk in your company. Such a man served as a governor, and such a man is serving as a Minister of State for Defense under the President Tinubu-led administration. A man that is known to sponsor terrorism, sponsor banditry, causing mayhem. Do you know why? The reason is simple: to distract the attention of the populace from the partnership he has with people that are mining gold, mining and exporting gold in Zamfara State. Such a man is serving as a Minister of State. But don't take my word for it. You see, one of the things I've always said is, we will not sit down here and evil will keep prevailing. All in the name of, we don't want to talk, we don't want to offend, we don't want to offend you. You're a man of God. Remain quiet, don't talk, just keep praying. No, that is foolishness and hypocrisy. The more we silent, the more silent we are, the more these people gain power and authority. Such a man should be under investigation, should be locked up somewhere. But don't take my word for it. I'm going to share this video for you. Many of you must have seen this video or not. It's in Hausa. Even if you don't understand Hausa, I'm going to share it with you. Even if you don't understand Hausa, just listen. Then I'm going to interpret and tell you everything the man is saying there. It's Malam Murtala Bello, an Islamic cleric that was making this expository, giving this expository fact on how he has discovered what he has discovered. Just please listen to me. It will take just a few minutes. Please listen.
yayi inkarin abubuwan da ni yi magana na faɗi haru dole ni ce shahararren dan ta'addana yana da bindiga ta guda 500 hannu ne jami'an tsaro sun haka shi ni faɗi an kai shi office din lamur da kafa da hannu ne shi wannan karamin ministan tsaro ya buga waya yace an kama yaro ne a sake shi yace da bindiga sama da 500 ina maimaitawa na in ba ku jiya ba ku jiya maganganu na suna nan ni abinda nika cewa duk wanda ka jin an yi mai ƙarya ko an yi ba daidai ba ya kai Murtala Bello kotu in Murtala Bello bai to hujja ga magana ce ba a faɗa ma duniya ƙarya ta yake kuma wani kashe kowa kuwa ƙarya don haka an ka ce to yaron ka ne ko yaro ne bashar yana nan rayu bai mutu ba hoto ne yanzu haka yana can lokacin labar yana DIGFIB ya zo ya bada hoto ne ya rubuta takarda cewa ya amshe shi a madadin matawallin Maradon wannan magana in akwai mai inkari ya fito ya inkari dama cewa mun kai barawo na abinda mun kace yana taimaka ma yan ta'adda kuma kai Bello Turji na san yayi zama da kai gidan gwamnati wallahi na san wanda ya dauko ka wallahi shi ya service din Bello Turji da kusa shi ya tashi da kai da ya zuba akwai wanda ya mai magana yace excellency bai kamata kai haka ba an haƙa kuma ya ɗibi kuɗi ya ba Bello Turji irin waɗannan maganganun ya kamata a yi inkari.
All right. Now, what this man has revealed in this video is nothing but the truth. And he was stating clearly there that if the governor, if Bello Matawalle thinks he can sue him, let him come and sue him to court if you think he's wrong. What he was saying is simple. They caught a bandit, Bello Turji, with 500 rifles, guns. And he was able to mobilize, and he reported him to the police also. The police or the local vigilante, and they were able to, they arrested him. And they arrested him, and the Minister of State called. Bello Matawalle called and said, please, they should release him, that the person they have arrested is his boy. He clearly stated it there that the person arrested is his boy. So they must release him, and they should release him now. He went further to state that Bello Matawalle was harboring Turji, the bandit, while he was governor, that he was living in his governor, in the government house. A bandit living in the government house with the governor. He spoke about how he bought him a car, he bought him a jeep. He bought him a jeep, he bought him, he bought him a house. Talks about one Badero also, another criminal, that he bought him a house, and that it was when the people around that became angry, they invaded the house. They said, no, you cannot be doing this. This is a man that is serving as a public office holder in Nigeria, giving money, giving aid, sponsoring banditry in Nigeria. And we're all watching. We're all watching. The man Tinubu carried such a person and put in a minister of state. But this Islamic cleric is not the only person that has spoken about this. The present governor of Zamfara State has revealed several times that Bello Matawalle was a sponsor of banditry in Zamfara State. Not today. The man has said it countless times. See, when the righteous are in power, the people rejoice. But when the wicked are there, you cannot expect there not to be chaos. You cannot expect there not to be confusion and anarchy here and there. Such a man, the governor has exposed him several times, not once, not twice, on national TV to say Bello Matawalle is sponsored terrorism. Is the one behind it. They were the one that started it as a means of diverting the attention of people to be able to exploit the gold, the mineral resources in the state. Such a man is serving as a minister under the Tinubu-led administration. You can begin to now question the competency, the character, even the character of the Tinubu himself, the character of the president himself, that is carrying such a person to be within his cabinet. How do you win a war? Against insurgency, against banditry, against kidnapping, against insecurity, where the people that are facilitating this evil are there, taking handshake, you are sipping tea with them. Bello Matawalle today is serving as Minister of State for Defense. And not just him, there's another Islamic cleric that has spoken about this, but say Bello Matawalle is a criminal. He is the one sponsoring banditry. The bandits leaders are living with him they were living with him when he was governor, buying cars for them, Ammunitions of over 500 rifles were caught with and he had to give a comment and say, leave him, this is my boy. Telling them to release it, stating clerically that he's my boy, Yaro Nani. When I Yaro Nani, he's my boy, leave him, he's my boy. And such a man is a minister under Tinubu. What are we doing in this nation? Who are we deceiving? Who are we deceiving? The Bible said to thyself be true. You can deceive everybody, you can't deceive yourself. We cannot deceive ourselves. Banditry, terrorism, kidnapping, all these things can end in 1 month in Nigeria. 1 month. 1 month like this, 1 month. After all, the president that could not remove the log, the beam in his eyes, was swift to go and remove the stick in Benin yesterday, in Benin Republic. Where they launched precision airstrike. The precision airstrike they've not been able to launch on criminals here, on bandits, on terrorists in Nigeria. They were able to do that swiftly, acting on the order of the French president, the criminal Emmanuel Macron. The same thing. And such a man as Bello Matale is serving as a minister. Who are we deceiving? That we are fighting insurgency. Who are we deceiving? They are fighting banditry. Who are we deceiving? You can deceive everybody, you can't deceive yourself. Such a man as Bello Matale, either the allegations are true or not, should first of all step down. Step down and be investigated. Step down and be locked up somewhere and be investigated. But no, he's still moving about. My only thing this morning is I want to plead with General Musa, the new General Christopher Musa. Please, sir, I'm begging you, are a regular combatant army officer with full integrity, competent in your job. Please, sir, ensure that by no means that man Matawale have access to intelligence data, secret things that will not jeopardize your own mission. Nigeria is a criminal state, and until we begin to flush out and call out criminals like Bello Matawale, we'll be wasting our time. We'll be wasting our time. Be careful, sir. There's a lot to do. Flush out these people. Ensure they don't get access to intels.
The trouble with northern Nigeria is simply and squarely an uncontrolled epidemic of dishonesty. Northern Nigeria has been overwhelmed by dishonesty. Northern Nigeria has been trapped in the iron web of dishonesty that has completely shattered the moral fabrics, the moral foundation of the region. For so many years, they allowed uneducated Malams misinform a lot of innocent Northerners about jihad. And there was no effort by Northern leaders, Islamic scholars, academians in Northern Nigeria to correct this misinformation, to push back against this misinformation. Jihad is at the center of everything that is going on in Northern Nigeria. A lot of criminals are hiding behind jihad to commit criminality. Corrupt criminal politicians in northern Nigeria are hiding behind jihad to advance their personal political interests, both locally and nationally. Some years ago, some religious leaders misinformed a lot of Northerners about the polio vaccination program. And as a result, about 5 northern states boycotted polio vaccination, and there was an outbreak of polio in northern Nigeria. To counter the lies, the WHO, the Ministry of Health as at that time, brought in local religious leaders, traditional leaders. Sultan of Sokoto, somebody like Professor Umar Shehu played a very vital role in seeing that this sensitization program get to the grassroots. Why are they not doing the same when it comes to jihad? They know the fact there is so much lie around the concept of jihad. What they know as jihad is not in accordance with the Quran. Why are northern leaders not pushing back with truth? Why has there not been any sensitization program to counter the lies, the misconception around jihad? It is time for northern Nigeria to rise up and push back against lies that are being told with the name of Islam, so we all can have peace in Nigeria.
Now, when we talk of patriotism, patriotic Nigerians, what do you think say be the meaning of patriotic? When you dey patriotic, when they call you a patriot of a country, look at Canada, look at America, look at United Kingdom, look at France. All their leaders then take their country, the protection of lives and property of their citizens, as their number one priority. I never see where a leader they fight against in own country in the expense of the people's life and the public money. Use the public money the fight against your own citizen. They kill, they burn, they maim, they cut their cable. Now, for a long time, with the pamper insecurity, all the leaders, both the one who come from different region of the country, all of them know wetin dey happen. But then they pamper because it be like say, then they use the lives of their own citizens, they do business. But before they were elected, the way they take elect themselves, so through the courts. When then they do campaign, they promise heaven and earth. But when they get there, reverse becomes the case. The citizens become their enemy. I never see where Donald Trump, they pay bandit to kill in country citizen. I never see where Emmanuel of France, they fight against his own citizen. I never see where UK government, they fight against their citizens. In fact, when Donald, they talk, he say, America first during in campaign. Say, Americans first. As a patriot, your country and its citizen, number one. But for Nigeria, our leaders, irrespective of the region where they come from and the religion where they belong, all of them, both Muslim and Christian, know what in they happen. Then they trade the lives of their citizens, aiding the terrorists to kaput the people, to fight against the people, invading lands, all in the name of terrorism. Then they get, we bought Tucano to take fighting security to today. I notice that Tucano don't fly. That's my opinion. Today, a lot of insecurity, a lot of terrorists, na Lakurawa, na Boko Haram, na Fulani headsmen, na ISWAP, abi na Jazz. You got another one where they call Jazz. All the leaders they see, they know they talk. United Arab Emirates send us names of sponsors of terrorism for Nigeria. Till today, they hide the names under carpet. Then they go after the bandits, they go after the terrorists, they go after the kidnappers, they go after the Boko Haram, they go after the ISWAP, they go after still. Then they hijack our military, kaput our military, collect their hardwares. You don't see where country leader go sponsor terrorists for his own country. Why are they not going after those sponsors? Because without the sponsors, they don't bond those terrorists well to buy arms and ammunition. They don't bond them well. A lot of dignitaries don't talk, say that people, they sponsor these people. Now people help, because we don't see many where they land for inside bush. They give arms and ammunition to terrorists. So why are they not going after? Then talk too much on newspaper, on television. Then talk different talk. We are trying, we are doing this. The military, they shall say they don't give them order. Even if order come, you go hear from order from above, stand down. Who they tell them to stand down? Why are they not fighting the sponsor? Because when you go after the sponsor, the terrorists, they no go fit get food. They no go fit get arms, ammunition. They no go fit get aids. Before you know, they go, they find their way, they go, they run. The fact is, if you are a patriotic citizen of this country as a leader, you should be fighting the sponsors of terrorism and saving the lives of your citizens, which is your number one priority as a leader. You think, say, our leaders, then they patriotic? Because I never see where Donald Trump fight in country. I never see where France president fight in country. I never see where UK prime minister fight in country. I never see where Canadian prime minister fight in country. Not only for Nigeria, our leaders, they fight our country. They bomb our country. They kaput our citizens. They go for pages of newspaper and television. They defend everything. Say we are doing non-kinetic. Why you go do non-kinetic? When it comes to terrorism. Terrorism na good thing. So terrorists don't get level now. Then they can't do community meeting. All in the name of peace accord. In a country, make una remember what happened for Tokyo. It be like saying the same thing in the plan.
Good day to our viewers all over the world and welcome back to Local Journal. Nigerians have tolerated the excesses of these northern leaders and for far too long, and that is the reason why they are taking us for granted. Well, it's a good thing that Nigerians are beginning to speak out now and speak about the excesses of the north, because it's becoming unbearable. They are the reason why the country is underdeveloped. They are the reason why the country has been stagnated for long. They are the reason why the country has been polarized. The reason why the country isn't secure. They are the reason for the cause of the whole terrorism going on in the country. All these vices are coming from the north because of the fact that their leaders have brainwashed them with so many things, and they've made them extremists fighting for a cause that nobody knows. And this is the reason why Nigeria is not moving forward. However, it is time for everybody to start speaking out against the ills of this whole indoctrination. It's no longer making any sense again, and it's tarnishing the image, it's robbing off the southern Nigerians, and it's delaying our progress. Look at what we are going through now, the security challenges we are undergoing. Look at the fact that Nigeria, who is supposed to be the giant of Africa, is even struggling in terms of economics and in terms of protecting its own as a state. It's not making sense. Nigeria cannot protect its own citizens again because we don't have the wherewithal. And this is what the far north, the Fulani north, has reduced us to because of religion, because of their sheer cause for extremism and to wage jihad on other parts of Nigeria to take over the country. This is not making sense any longer, and Nigerians must continue to speak out. Southerners must continue to speak out, and this is the major reason why most Nigerians are saying that we are not one, and there is no way that we can continue to work together, because even the Bible says that can two work together except or unless they agree? No. The fact is this: the north and the south, they are not on the same page and they cannot work together. There is no way they can work together, and if two people are not working together for a very singular cause, for a distinct cause, there is no way there will be progress. You can take a step forward and take 10 steps backward, because the other person will become a stooge or a saboteur sabotaging everything and all the effort you're trying to make to advance further. So it's high time we start talking about our unity. It's high time we start talking about this problem that is eating up this country, and it's high time we start condemning these people, because we can't have these people who are sponsoring terrorism at the corridor of our governance. We can't have them, people who are having questionable character, as stated in the video, like the Minister of State for Defense Bello Matawale and the others and the likes, who are part of the people that have been allegedly accused of sponsoring terrorism. They should be held accountable. They should be investigated for me. And this is what even Northerners are saying, because from the video you can hear how someone allegedly said that he's ready to face Bello Matawale in the court, that he is ready for anything he brings forward to him. If it's like a court case, he's ready to come and prove himself and his innocence. And this is the reason why we say that this country is laughable and this country is not making any progress, because if you have people who are of questionable character at the corridor of power, at the corridor of governance, how then do you want us to make progress? This is nothing but shameful. And Nigeria needs to wake up and do something about this whole thing. This is my opinion on this. Kindly drop what you think about this in the comment section. And if today is your first time to visit our channel, please kindly like, share and subscribe to our channel.